Hello, my brothers and sisters. How are you guys doing? I hope everyone is fine. So, let's talk Central African Republic. It is a next door country to Cameroon, and it's a country that has been going through a lot of difficulties. They had a civil war, and now there are lots of insurgency groups destabilizing the nation. The people are suffering just too much. And so they have called upon the Russians to come and help them to tackle this high level of insecurity in the country. And remember, before the Russians came in, the French forces were there. Even United Nations peacekeepers were also there. But they did nothing to push back the insurgency groups. They didn't achieve the goal of bringing peace and stability in the country. And so the Russians came in, and there is some level of peace and security. So, my brothers and sisters, I want you guys to watch this video. And after you finish watching this video, please leave us your thoughts and opinions about what you think. Like I have mentioned before, we like hearing your opinions because we believe everyone's opinion matters. So, watch the video.
Russia's support is crucial to the Central African Republic. The country has been in civil war for decades, and fresh violence flared up last year. The government, threatened by the rebels surrounding the capital, rallied all the forces at their disposal.
You are defending the country from rebels and mercenaries. We mustn't give up even 1 centimeter of our national territory. You've shown our support. At ease.
Alongside the army of the Central African Republic, we can now see white men with masks. As per a defense agreement with Moscow, thousands of Russian soldiers arrived in the Central African Republic, mercenaries working for the Wagner Group, a shadow army that serves the Kremlin without officially doing so. They are the personal bodyguards of Faustin Archange Touadera, the president of the Central African Republic. Moscow uses its pawns to undermine French influence in Africa. Russian flags fly over Moscow tanks at ceremonies. Even Moscow's musicians celebrate this alliance. The Russian propaganda machine is at full throttle. The army and the Russian allies pushed the rebels away from the cities a year later. Day-to-day life in Bangui resumed. The mercenaries are still there, but more discreet. They don't want to be caught on film. Students are back at the country's only university for the first time since the war. Among them, Tresor Adoum, who's completing law school. He's a staunch supporter of Russian intervention.
Stability is the result of the hard work of our allies. What I mean by allies is the Russian army. Because of the security and stability, we're hopeful that our brothers will have a better education.
Okay, my brothers and sisters. First, I would like to start by saying that I am happy for this new development in Central African Republic. They are next door to Cameroon, so I would love them to have peace. I would love the people to live in serenity and happiness. Because if there's one thing that destroy any nation is insecurity. Insecurity is the worst enemy to development. So if the Russians can bring in some form of peace to the local people, that would be so, so great. But my brothers and sisters, I have concern, I have worries about this. Even though the Russians are trying to bring back peace and are doing their best to push the insurgency group away out of the country, we mustn't forget that foreigners can never protect us as we can protect ourselves. At the end of the day, the protection of the country and its people fall on our heads. We, the Africans, must learn to be responsible enough to do the right things. We, the Africans, must be the people on the forefront fighting this fight. I made a video a few days ago whereby I talked about the French forces leaving Mali, how the Malian government has kicked out the French forces from Mali. It's high time we kicked out foreign forces from our countries. Because let's face it, okay, those foreign forces are not there for free. They don't work for free. They have something they are getting out of the country. That is why they are there. They have an invested interest in something. And the government is paying those forces to be there. They are not NGOs. They are not charity organizations. And if we simply just hand over our security to them, what happens when they leave us? Because they are foreign forces, eventually they will leave. What happens if they ask us for more than we can give them? What happens if they ask us for more than what we have? What are we going to do? So we must learn to protect ourselves. We must learn to let our own forces carry out these operations. We must be the one fighting this battle. Foreigners or foreign forces can only come in to teach the locals. The locals must be the one to fight this battle because it is their country. If we do not take upon us the protection of our country, what will happen when the foreigners leave? So, to conclude, I am happy that they are pushing back the rebels. But we, the Africans, shouldn't hand over our security to them. We must be the one to protect ourselves. We must fight the battle ourselves. So, my brothers and sisters in Central African Republic, what do you guys think about the Russian forces in your country? Share your thoughts and opinions with us in the comment section below. Like always, we like hearing what you have to say. And also, to our viewers out there, if you came across any story on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitter, or on Instagram that you believe is worth sharing with the rest of the world, please send it to us through any of our social media platforms. We shall talk about it on this show. And also, kindly support our show with $1 or more through the crowdfunding website, Patreon, or directly to us through our PayPal account. We shall really, really appreciate it. Thanks for watching this video and see you in the next one.